There's a specific kind of voice that turns up in AI-assisted essays. You know the one that I'm talking about. I'm a well-structured argument. I flow logically from point to point, and I have never once been uncertain about anything. That's the voice I'm talking about. It's grammatically correct, it's confident, it's technically true, and it sounds absolutely nothing like you. It sounds like someone who's read everything you've read, understood it a little bit better than you did, and expressed it in the manner of a very capable person that you've never met.
Huh?
It isn't that the output is wrong per se. The problem is that it's not yours. And that difference, between how well the work reads and how well you actually understand it, that's exactly where things fall apart under questioning. And that's what we're covering in today's video. Now, the conventional advice is to rewrite AI output in your own words, which is fine. Except most people don't even know what their own voice sounds like, in writing. They know how they talk, they just don't necessarily know how they write or how to get those two things closer together on purpose. Or, and you've probably seen this on TikTok, the advice is to run it through a humaniser GPT, some tool that takes AI text and roughs it up a little bit so it's less likely to be flagged by AI detectors. It varies the sentence lengths, it throws in a few typos, it adds a few likes or honestlys, which, oh God, to be honest, honestly, will just tank your grade in academic writing. And what's the point? It might be making the work look more yours, but it's not actually yours any more than the other version was. Those are completely different things. A humanizer can fake the texture of human writing, but it cannot fake understanding your own argument. And the moment someone asks you a real question about it, the texture of the writing, well, it doesn't matter at all. So this video isn't about avoiding AI, and it's definitely not about disguising it better. It's about knowing your voice well enough that AI can't replace it, even when you are using it. I'm Amy, this is the Edit Lab, and by the end of this video, you'll have a practical technique for finding your writing voice and keeping it in your work, even if you've used AI heavily in the drafting process. The voice audit prompt from the prompt pack that I talk about in video 1 of this series, the Defensible Work series, is directly relevant here. If you've already got it, have it open. And if you haven't, link in the description of video 1, I'll link that below. And there's a video already on this channel which covers how to research and structure using AI without losing your argument. Link above. It gives you 7 steps for using AI in research without getting burned. This video goes one level deeper, what to do after that workflow when it's time to actually write in your own voice. Right, first, what your voice actually is, because it's not what most people think. What your voice is and isn't. Your writing voice isn't your personality. It's not how chatty or formal you are. It's not whether you use the word however or but. Your voice is the particular way that you make sense of things. The examples you instinctively reach for, or the comparisons that just naturally come to you, the things you find genuinely strange or interesting or worth pushing back on. It's also the rhythm of your thinking. Some people think in long, careful sentences that build slowly to a point. Some people think in short, punchy statements and then qualify that afterwards. And some people circle around the problem 3 times before they commit to a position. None of these are wrong. All of them are recognizable, but what matters is the one that you use. Which one is yours? What AI tends to do is flatten all of that into a really smooth, really even, generic version of academic confidence. It's not a bad voice, it's just not yours. And the difference is immediately obvious to anyone who knows your work, and increasingly to detection tools looking for that signature of like a single consistent writer. So, how do you get your voice back after you've used AI? Or how do you keep it in the first place? The technique: 3 moves. Move 1, write your thinking before you write your essay. Now, before you open a document, before you touch an AI tool, write 200 words about your topic in whatever way comes really naturally to you. No structure, no sources, just what do you think and why? Don't edit it, don't clean it up, keep that. This is your voice baseline. When you finish drafting with whatever help you've used, AI, notes, sources, come back to this and compare it. If the essay sounds absolutely nothing like the 200 words, well, you've drifted, and that's where you start rewriting. Move 2, use the voice audit prompt after every major draft. The prompt from the prompt pack in video 1, see the description, the voice audit, will tell you exactly where your register shifted within the same essay, where you suddenly sound like a different, more generic person. So it's going to flag those sections and give you the instruction to fix them. The key instruction in the prompt is this: do not rewrite it for me. Give me the instruction so I can rewrite it myself. That part is super important. If AI rewrites your generic sections, you'll end up with different generic sections. The rewrite is just got to be yours. Move 3, the what I actually think trick. For any section that feels flat or borrowed, try this. Write the sentence, what I actually think about this is, and then finish it without looking at the essay again. And then delete the opening phrase. And what's left is usually close to your voice because, you weren't performing. You weren't performing academic writing, you were just thinking. It sounds too simple, but it genuinely works. The honest bit. Now I know what some of you are thinking. You're thinking, okay, but my voice is far from being academic. It's chatty, it rambles. It, it could be, I don't know, a really long WhatsApp message. And yet I hear you. You might not think you've got a writing voice that's worth keeping. Maybe you think your natural way of expressing things is less good than the polished, generic version that AI writing produces. So, academic writing, I know, is a real skill. And so many students are struggling with this. And just be yourself doesn't fix it on its own. I know that. But learning how to write in a way that sounds academic and is still genuinely your voice rather than sounding like a textbook or just winging it, that's a whole separate video. It involves learning the structural moves of academic writing, what it actually requires, and then doing those moves in your own rhythm repeatedly so that it's ingrained in you. It feels like it is your voice. I haven't made that video yet, and it'll probably be a biggie. Comment below if you want it, and I'll get it scripted. For today, though, we're assuming you've got a voice, chatty, formal, somewhere in between, it doesn't matter. The goal here is making sure that AI doesn't completely annihilate it by stealth, because here's what I've seen across years of working with students. The ones whose work is genuinely strong, the ones who get the highest marks, the one who can defend their work in any room, they almost always have a recognizable voice. And it's not necessarily a chatty one. It's not necessarily an informal one. No, but it's a very particular one, a way of thinking that is theirs. And that's not a coincidence. The voice and the thinking are the same thing. When you find one, you've usually found the other. So get the voice audit prompt from the Defensible Work prompt pack that's in the video 1 description. That's linked below. And the 7-step AI workflow video also linked. Start there if you haven't yet, and then come back to this one. The next video in the series is how to prepare to defend your work verbally when moving from the page into the room. What it takes to talk about your work under pressure with or without notes. Subscribe so you don't miss that. And if you've ever submitted something and then felt a really quiet dread about being asked to explain it, yeah, that is exactly what we're working on next. I'll see you on the next video.